Hello Stampers, and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. Today I just wanted to show you a little bit about the new Stampin Blends markers that are coming out November 1st, and these are alcohol markers and they are super fun. So they are sold individually, either as the light and the dark, or you can buy them as a combo pack. So they come either way. There's also a bundle to get all of them at the same time, so you can get all the available colors. Of course, there's a fabulous stamp set that is great for coloring. It's got that amazing flower. You know how I love flowers. The cute little birdies. I love this big scrolly thank you because I do so many thank you cards. And then these two little Chinese lanterns. Of course, that's what the line goes for, is with the Chinese lanterns, but you could also do the little birdies sitting on the line as well. And then some fabulous greetings. So I just wanted to go over a little bit of playing with these, some tips and tricks, some different ways that I like to use them, and hopefully this isn't a super long video, so we shall see. So I just wanted to let you know, you can always just color with these like you're coloring with a crayon. Simply, you know, do an outline, fill in, do this spot in the dark, this spot in the light. For this one here, I actually did all of like the overlap areas in the dark, and then I just filled in the rest with the light. For this one, I actually did the dark all on the outlines of all the petals. And then I'll just show you how you can simply take the light and sort of fill in, and I'm going over those center lines where that dark is and sort of overlapping just to blend so that it doesn't look so distinct, and it sort of then fades in from the one color to the next. I have found that it's easier to come back through with the light than it is to put down the light first and then do the dark. That's what I have found to be the easiest. Of course, sometimes you have to go back and forth a little bit on both of them, and that works perfect too. For this one, I actually did the light all on the border, and I am going to go back through though with the dark. But with the dark, you sort of have to be a little bit more careful that you're not just covering it all up, and instead you're sort of staying in the middle and allowing that light to still peek through. So what I'll end up doing is filling in here with some dark and then going back through and doing the overlap where there's still a little bit of white and also where I want it to blend a little bit more. So now I'm just going to go back through with that light shade and blend it together so that the lines don't look so distinct, and so that I'm filling in those white spots that I left open after doing the dark. So there you can see it sort of has a darker hint to it than this one up here. So, and then this one I simply just colored the two different sections with the two different colors of markers. So there you can see some fabulous color variation and blending. You don't have to be a master blender or an artist or anything to really get a good look here. For this one I actually used, that one was Calypso Coral. For this one I used Bermuda Bay and Pool Party. So what I did is I used the darkest on both of them, and I did all of the outlines and accents of the birds. So all the little like extra, you know, dotted areas and stuff, and all the accents on the wings, I went ahead and outlined with the dark, and then I filled in the entire tail with the dark. So now I'm just going to come back through with the light marker and fill in. So I'm just going to smear around all in that and just sort of in a circular motion and blend all of those together. And now you see you have that fabulous little birdie there. Of course, this one's not as pronounced because it is so light, but this one you should see perfectly. And you can see that the bird then has like a lighter belly than he does on all of those accent pieces, and he just fills in. But yet he still kind of has those dark marks. So super cute. Of course, you can always come back through with the color lifter. You can use that to fix any sort of mistakes or outside the lines, but you can also use it to add in like little accents. So like I could even go over these little dark marks that are on the stamp with this And now you can see that those spots are a little bit lighter because it actually lifted the color in those spots. So that's super fabulous way to sort of add like maybe an accent line on the side of a vase or something. You know, you can use it for, you know, lots of different fun little things. Then for this one here, I actually used the Daffodil Delight and the Pumpkin Pie. So again, for the orange one, I actually just did all of the lines, and now I'm just going to go back through and fill in with the light marker and sort of blend together. So those lines are going to show up just a smidge darker. And then for the Daffodil Delight, so the first time I did this one, I actually did like a swatch in the middle of the light, and then I filled in on the border with the dark. So whenever I did that, I felt like the dark sort of looked like I filled in the border, and I had like a squared out image that you could see. So that's where I found, like, see, otherwise it just kind of looks like a squared out image, and I can sort of roughen it up a little bit if I wanted to, but then it would just look roughed up. But I found that whenever you come back through and go over it with that light, it sort of blends, and then now it just looks like there's that little light center. So then I started just doing the outside first in the dark, and then filling in the middle with that light, and you still have that fabulous look. So there's the little lanterns and everything. So there's lots of great ways that you can blend and shade and use these markers for so many different things. They're great for coloring. Of course, I'm a heavy-handed dark marker presser colorer. So there is the marker tip that I actually prefer to use the most. And I will say a lot of times I will use the marker tip, but I will just barely touch the tip of that to the cardstock because it will allow for enough color. And of course that little bitty fine tip is perfect for the little small areas. So you don't need to press really hard, otherwise you'll probably end up like sort of ruining the tip and softening it and making it sort of fray out a little bit. The other tip is more like a pen tip, but it is it's much fatter than a pen, so it sort of has that more of a rounded like, you know, pen tip. So that's, you know, for nice fine borders and stuff, but I find that the marker tip works best for me. Of course you can play back and forth with these to see which one you prefer. You do want to store your Stampin' Blends on their side. You don't want to store them up and down because otherwise all of the alcohol will run to one side or the other. And you also want to make sure that you put the caps back on and that you hear that sort of click. So there's a nice little click to make sure that they're nice and secure and on, because as with alcohol it does dry up quickly, so you don't want to leave it uncapped, otherwise the marker will dry up much faster. So I hope you enjoyed these little tips and tricks using the new Stampin' Blends. You, of course, can get your hands on them starting November 1st. So I will leave a link down below to all the fabulous new goodies with the Stampin' Blends so that you can purchase those. Of course, I'll be posting pictures of all of these projects on laurastamppad.com, so you can check that out there. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new by clicking over here. I will be posting a lot more samples using Stampin' Blends the more I play with them. Of course, you can check out other videos by clicking over here. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know if you like coloring with Stampin' Blends or alcohol markers. I'll see you all next time. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.